What's up, guys? So we're just going to be going through on how, as a beginner, you are going to learn the processes or the parts that the various functions that make up the Premiere Pro, the individual keys and what to click and what to press and all of that to be able to create a very beautiful video. So let's get right through it. So once you have your Premiere Pro, as you can see up here, Adobe Premiere Pro 2024. Once you open it, this is what you're going to see. These are past projects that I've been working on. This 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago, and all of that. This is what you're going to be seeing. But if you've not worked on your Premiere Pro, you won't be seeing this. You're just going to be this whole place is going to be blank and all of that. So you're going to see your new project, you're going to see your open project. Your open project is for you to open something that you've worked previously on. And then you have your file here. You have your edits, your clips, sequence, markers. We're going to get back to this. But first off, for you to start, you are going to have to click on new project. So once you click on it, this is what you're going to see, and up here where you see untitled highlighted, this is where you're going to name the projects that you're working on or that you want to work on. So let's give it the name project. Let's say it's project. Let's give it the name project. Then you have to double click, select it, Control C, go to here, sequence, the name of the sequence. This is you naming the sequence that you're going to be working on. So click on Control V to paste project. Let's give the sequence name. So you may be wondering what sequence is. We are going to talk on that also very soon. So you click on create. Once you click on create, you wait for it. It's going to open this. So welcome to your timeline. We're going to go through this step by step, and I hope you're ready for that. So the reason why you're seeing this Premiere Composer is because it's an installed plugin that enables you to edit faster and all of that, but that's for another video. So here you have your effect control, your effects, you have your essential graphics, libraries, lumetric colors. So what are effect controls? This is the sequence you're going to see. We're going to get back to effect controls, sorry. And then when you click on here, you have how you want your timeline to be arranged. So with this sequence, you can't see the projects on the screen that you're working on. So you have to adjust to a different sequence. So you click on Workspace here. The Workspace, that's where you're going to be working, the structure of where you're going to be working on. So this one currently, it's on the one you're going to, if you're working on this, you'll be needing an extra external screen which is not showing presently. Let's say you're just working with only your system. This is what you're going to be making use of. Yeah, let's say you're working on an external screen. This is what you're going to be seeing at first until you change your workspace. You click on workspace. Let's leave it on essential. So this way, this is better. This is part where you import your media to. So let's say you have a media to import. Let's say this video, you click on it, go to your Premiere Pro, you drop it here. Once you drop it, this is what you're seeing. So this is the project that you're going to be working on. So you click on the project. This is your timeline. This is where you're going to drop it. Once you drop it here, then you see your project on this screen. So this is what you're going to be looking at, and you're going to be editing and all of that. So like that's why you're seeing program on top of here. So this down here is your timeline. This is you scrolling through your timeline where you want to work on. So there's a lot of questions you could be asking. Okay, what are these keys here? What are these? These are eyes for, let's say you don't want to see this on your program screen. You click on this eye to remove it. So as you can see, the other eyes are visible. This one is cancelled. That means you're not showing on the layer, on this layer here. So these lines are very vital also to you. So you click on here to bring it back on. That this is you turning it. As you hover the mouse over it, you're seeing toggle track output. So let's say you click on alternate, drag it up. You have two clips on your timeline, and you click on this. Okay, let's move it here so you don't get the same thing. You click on this. If this one is on, you click on it to cancel it. You will only be seeing what is below. So this is what you're seeing. When you bring it on, you're seeing speed, because on top of here it's speed. When you click on it to cancel it, you're seeing the clip that is below. So this is how your timeline works, and that's what the eye above there is for. Yeah, so that's for the eyes. So M here is for muting your track to make sure your track is turned off. So when you're playing it, let's say you're playing it, okay, if you can't hear it, so if you can hear it, nice. If you can't, okay, so clicking here is to disable. Once here is on mute track, that means the layer here, the audio here cannot work. You can't play, you can't listen to it. So yeah, that's just for your timeline. These are for locking a particular timeline. If you're working on this and you're working on this, and you don't need like not very good movements when so that you can't be able to move like this to just lock it to a particular place. This is where you lock. This is where you do that. So let's go to our effects. This is where your project comes at. We're going to talk about these, what these do, these shortcuts here do very soon. So here is our effects. This is where the effects that you work with is. Let's say you go to video effects or transitions. Transitions video is going to drop soon. Transitions, video effects, so the effect that you need, you're just going to grab it and put it on the timeline. So this is extract. This is what you're getting. This is what you're seeing right now. This is extract. So it's extracting the colors from the video. That's what you see in black and white. So to undo this, you click on your Control Z. That's to undo the effect of the effect. So summary is like, this is where you pick your effects to place on your timeline, and you have to know what you want to work on. That's for your video effects. Video transitions is the transitions. Transitions, of course, is when you're moving from one point to the other. So let's say you want to transition, you want a transition here at this place. Let's say you cut it, okay? You have to cut it to be able to see the transition between these two individual clips. This is, once you cut it, you have a separate clip, two separate clips. Then transition is the effects that you need to do from this point to this point. So that's what your video transition comes in. Maybe you want a dissolve, cross dissolve. Once you select it, place it in between. It's there. So and you see the transition. or if you don't want cross dissolve, you click on deep white. You see the transition. So it's moving from here to, yeah, you can see the flash there. So deep to white. That's how you transition from one point, from one clip to the other. So let's say we can also try to put this here. Let's see, because this is where one clip is coming in. Let's say you want to transition from this clip to this clip, this clip to this clip. So you bring it here and then you put the deep to white between them. Make sure your cursor is between them like this, and then see the transition is smooth, moving from this clip here to this clip here, from this to this, from this to this, and you can see the smooth transitioning of that. But if you right click and delete it, you're just seeing from this to this, so the transition is harsh. But when you leave that, you put your transition in between, it gives it this feel. That's the beauty of transition. It's just to smoothen out the flow from one clip to the other. Yeah, so that's what your effects are for. So there's a lot of effects to explore, so you do that later. Okay, this is when you click on file here, click on new, you go to your projects. This is for you to add projects, to start a new project and all of that. When you click on sequence, it's for you to start a new sequence. Let's say you want a different sequence on your timeline here. This is one timeline. If you want to create a new timeline, you can go to new and create a new sequence. Then this is where you set up the settings of your sequence. This is DSLR 1080p 30 frames per second. So this is like the quality of the video you would want to be working with. It's best to leave it here. You go to your setting. This is your frame size. If you're working with a YouTube frame size, you're going to leave it like this. If you're working with a TikTok, you're going to move it from 1080, it's going to come to 1920, and your 1920 is going to go to 1080. So that's just the difference of what it's going to be. But once you click on OK, you have a new sequence here. So this is sequence 1, this is sequence 2. This is sequence 1, this is sequence 2. So you can still go to your projects, add a new clip. Let's say you want to add this clip here to your project, add it to the new sequence. So you change the sequence setting. Once you click on change the sequence setting, it takes the format of the project you are importing into your timeline. So here we are having a TikTok quality. It's a TikTok framing, because if you go to sequence and you click on sequence settings, you're going to see that it's a different frame size here. 1080, this is almost 1080 1920, which is the inverse of what I told you guys earlier. So this is your second sequence, this is your first sequence. You can see the difference in the frame size. Yeah, so that's for creating different sequences. So in the next video, we are going to we're going to try and learn what most of these keys, these writings here mean, the markers, the graphics, the views, the windows, and all of that. And we're going to learn our export settings and imports, how you can import from here, not like from dragging from what you need to here, how you can import directly. We're going to learn effect control, lumetri color, even the Premiere Composer, how to install your plugins and all of that, your essential graphic, how to make use of them, essential sounds and all of that. So let's stay tuned and don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Peace.